Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us. My name is LJ Thomas, and you know me from the Purely Positive Show. But this is South Carolina Gets Lit. Now, for those of you who don't know, South Carolina Gets Lit is a show where we are giving visibility and exposure to authors around the world. It's a two-pronged platform. So we are exposing authors and building readers. And our guest today is A.Y. Davis, and she is the perfect person to help you all understand this. So please help me welcome this educator, author, and humanitarian, and the author of Caring Characters of Love, A.Y. Davis. How are you doing today?
I'm fine, LaRosa. How are you doing today?
I am doing great. Thank you so much for being here. Um,
You're welcome.
I said you're an educator, an author, and a humanitarian. So we'll get each one of those individually, okay? Um,
Okay.
First, let's talk about you being an author. Tell me about your book, Caring Characters of Love.
Well, Caring Characters of Love is full of various characters here. On the cover here, I'm featuring two characters called Super Smartphone Prince and Super Vanilla. They are smartphone characters. However, I have 14 other characters inside the book. Six of them are human characters, and others are cartoon characters. And what I try to capture is the imagination of the children so that I can give them an education in a very fun way.
Okay. Number one, I'm not a kid, but that sounds exciting. That sounds very exciting. Okay. So, what made you decide to, because I know this is a workbook, first of all, what made you decide to do this kind of book?
Well, I had a lot of things from the years of teaching. Some of the things in the book are things that I've used before that work. And also, I revised some older things. And I came up with some new things to appeal to the group that's into technology. And so, what I wanted to do was to have them to have a balanced view of technology as they continue to read.
I like the way you said that, a balanced view of technology, because you see so many people, unfortunately, especially young people, and it's like their cell phones or their devices are glued to their hands almost. And um, I understand that this particular book, being a workbook, helps to take advantage of that, but also to foster reading and other things. So, can you explain that to our viewers?
Well, I got started, like I say, years ago. I had things in various boxes, and I had planned to put this book together one day. But when the pandemic came about 3 years ago, and the children and parents and most people were sheltered in, the schools were closed down. And I had parents who called me to ask, could I help their children? Some of them were online, and some of them were not getting any instructions at all. So I said, well, let me see if I can pull together maybe about 30 pages or so and get this out to the parents so that they can have something to stimulate the minds of the children. And at the same time, have something to stimulate the minds of the parents so they can get their minds off of the situations that were going on. So as I got the 30 pages together, I began to find others. I said, oh, well, here's something, here's something. And so I put it all together and I came up with about 394 pages in about a year.
Yes, a lot. That's a good bit. But I know that this book, because I helped you with the cover and stuff, this
Yes.
book has activities, it's got games, it's got puzzles, it's got poetry and some other stuff. And this 300 and something page book is Um, it's something that is going to be, it's going to hold the attention, not just of the kids, all ages. Let me say it that way. Kids of all ages. That means the little kids, you know, elementary school to even the adult kids, because everybody can learn from the message of this particular book. Can you give us a brief glimpse into what you wanted your message to be about in this book?
Well, my message is you will look on the back cover once you get the book from Amazon.com. You can go into it in preview, click on this book. There are other authors in there with similar names, but it's just this book you click on, and you can get the preview of what I'm talking about, because I can't give I can try to give you a small synopsis, but
Right.
it has so much in it. So I have a detailed index so that you can go into it and pick out what appeals to you or your child, or what subject area. I have various subject matters in here. And the way I describe it is um, Caring Characters of Love is a unique, interactive educational book that can teach something to everyone. It improves reading skills, reading strategies, increases vocabulary, and combines reading with technology. It also gives positive educational encouragement in very important areas of life. There are 7 parts to the book, and these parts include the caring characters themselves, related vocabulary, fascinating reading, heartfelt poetry, beautiful pictures, exciting educational games, and interactive activities.
Okay. Now, as a parent, I would read that and definitely pick it up for my kids. As a parent, I would definitely do that. But more importantly, I like the way that you put the keywords that would attract the child's attention: games, pictures, fun, although as well as technology, right there on the back of the book. Because you know, kids, first of all, they look at the cover, and then you know the parents come on, flip it over, and then read the back of it. So while the parents and the kids are sitting there looking at this, they both can see how this book is going to be beneficial. I as an educator, what was it that, I don't know. Number one, what did you teach?
Well, I've taught really various subjects, but my main area is English. I taught preschool when I was a teenager. Actually, I was teaching when I was in school, because the teacher would put us in little groups, and I usually end up being the captain of the group and so forth. So I've been teaching a long time in that sense. And then my first job was with a pre-K program, right? Doing a summer program, and went off to school. And I tutored freshman English. And when I left school, I taught 10th, 11th, and 12th grades. And I also had a part-time job at the time, years ago, it was called Learning Foundations. And it was a program where various students came in of various ages. And following that, I retired, I traveled, I went back into the school system as a substitute teacher. I created my own reading program for a whole summer
Oh,
under the Goals 2000 program under the Department of Education in Washington, D.C. So I've just done a lot to help and help kids, because I love working with kids. And I like for them to see the talent that they have. And I can see talent in children. And so I like to get them to focus on whatever it is that they like doing, and whatever way I can assist, then it's my privilege to do so.
well, thank you for that. I'm so glad I met you. I am
I'm
so
so
glad I met you,
thank you.
because um, I knew that there was something about you when I first talked to you. I had no idea that you had this much experience in education. Um, and the fact that I have a literacy program, we're akin in that way. And loving children, that's my passion. If I could have had a whole house full, I probably would have. But it's probably the best thing that I didn't, because then I wouldn't have room for all my other little adopted kids to come over. You know how it is. You
I
adopt
know.
all these other little kids and stuff. So, but anyway, I really think that this particular book is going to be something that is going to be beneficial, number one, for years and years to come, because this is not something This book is, some books are fads, you can kind of tell when they were written years and decades later because of the subject matter. This is something that will stand the test of time. And this is something that will always be there. You can always go back to and pick it up. And because you've had so much varied experience with different age groups, it's going to be beneficial for everybody. So I want to get to the good part now. Can you read an excerpt from your book, please?
Okay. I can start by reading the introductory poem,
Okay.
and it's called Caring Characters of Love.
Mhm.
And as you read the book, the chapters will help you to understand what the poem is all about.
Okay.
First of all, I can show you, give you a little help. I'm going to show you the pictures of a larger picture from the cover of the caring
Oh,
characters. And you see
look.
this character flies. He's the
Oh,
only character in the book. These two characters have superpowers and super abilities, but the super smartphone prince is the only one that can fly. And since he does that, he helps the people on the planet that I created called Super Sci World. He helps them as well as he comes to help people on the earth, because everything in the planet that I created is very peaceful and loving. And so to have a little something going on, he comes down to the earth to help people. So as I read my poem, I'm describing him.
okay. Okay.
And the
Thank
other and some of the other caring characters of love with the super abilities.
Okay.
You are sparkling diamonds in the sky above, shining with care upon others with love. You are truly precious stones, filling the air, touching others because you care. You are polished pearls walking upon golden sands, giving others your helping and caring hands. You are a rainbows above, radiating care, peace, and love. You are majestic mountains of light, illuminating encouragement and insight. You are flowing streams, rivers, lakes, and seas, refreshing and technically caring for our needs. You are true treasured friends, helping others to ascend. You communicate with such care. You reflect love and never despair. You are all around and above. You are caring characters of love.
I love the way you said that. That I understand now why the book is called Caring Characters of Love, because that poem just talks about love and caring and friendship and helping. It's all through that poem. That is absolutely beautiful.
Thank you.
Absolutely beautiful. So, oh, that wasn't enough. That wasn't enough. Can you choose something else that you would like to read? I'm really fascinated by the book.
Yes, I can. I can give you a portion of the setting
Okay.
to help you understand. And as I mentioned, there is setting. You when you go to Amazon.com, you type in "Caring Characters of Love," and you have to put A.Y. Davis. Although my name is Anita, you put A.Y. Davis because other books will come up. And when you see the picture of this book, you click on the book itself. And it will say open inside or see inside image, and you click on it, and it will give you 40 pages to preview.
Nice.
So, and it begins to connect as you read. So the setting is very important because the setting encompasses all of the characters of the book.
Okay.
So I will just read you a little bit of the setting, and then I'll kind of highlight the index a little bit.
Okay, cool.
Chapter 1 is Caring Characters of Love setting. The setting of Caring Characters of Love is on a beautiful, peaceful, paradisaic planet called Super Sci. It is an extraordinarily amazing superplanet filled with super sunlight and located in cyberspace. The caring characters of love can see super spectacular and beautiful celestial events day and night. The super light from the super sun and constant celestial events cause the planet to be called the planet of light. Super Satecral is located in a unique position in cyberspace, which allows the sun to radiate super sunlight. The super sun beams down dynamic, brilliant rays on the planet and the characters. The super sunlight gives the characters of love superpowers and super abilities. Some of the characters have superpowers and super abilities. The other characters have super abilities. Super Smartphone Prince and Super Vanilla are caring characters of love. They live in Super Satecral. Both have superpowers and super abilities, unique to them. Super Smartphone Prince is a super cyber technician. He is a super smartphone character. He uses his superpowers and super abilities to rescue others from technical villains and reading enemies. He solves the problems caused by them and confines them in cyber confinement. He also at times assists Super Vanilla. Super Vanilla is a super communication specialist. She is a super smartphone character. She uses her superpowers and super abilities to solve super communication problems. She analyzes data, programs super information, and restores vital communication networks. Super Cytecral is also a planet of super technology, super reading, super courses, super classes, and super activities for each caring character of love. All of the caring characters of love in Super Cytecral are caring, loving, positive, helpful, and peaceful citizens.
See, I like that. Caring, positive, peaceful, and helpful citizens. Nice. Very nice indeed. Okay. Interesting. Now, like you said, this book is 350 pages plus, and you have a very detailed index. Give me just run off what the headings are for, the main sections.
The table of contents starts out by with my introductory poem, and there's a vocabulary with several pages. All of the characters there is vocabulary for all of the characters. And in my vocabulary, I put on the side the character that the vocabulary comes underneath, so that you wouldn't have to just look up all of the words. If you want to just pick out a certain chapter, then those words are right here on the right hand side of the character. Okay. And under caring characters of love setting, I have the way I came up with the name of the planet. And I can share that with you in just a minute. Okay. Underneath chapter 1, we have celestial scenery and events. I have an activity called Which Celestial Sceneries Did You Enjoy the Most and Why? I tell about the climate, other scenery on the planet. Activity is what other scenery did you enjoy and why? Citizens, questions you may ask, which is an activity. Visitors, educational system, buildings and events, entertainment and activities. So this is in the setting. And then I go into talking about each of the 16 characters.
Got you. That is phenomenal. I want our viewers to think about what she just said, the information that she just shared with us. We're going to take a quick break and pay some bills, and then we will be right back with, we'll have another guest joining us. So hang tight. We'll be right back, okay?
Little Jazzy's, located at 163 North Dargan Street, downtown Florence, South Carolina, is the place to get great food with a hometown feel devoted to family and faith. Named after their children, Lily, Jasmine, and Zion, owners Andrina and her husband David Mullins opened the business at a local airport in 2017 and moved to their current location in 2020, and things have been jumping ever since. For a hot-filling breakfast, Lil Jazzy's is the place to go. In a hurry? Call ahead to Lil Jazzy's to pick up your order or have it delivered Monday through Saturday from 7 a.m. to 3 p.m. Lil Jazzy's is an award-winning member of the downtown Florence community. The family atmosphere provides a great experience, plus they cater and rent the location for occasions and special events. Contact Lil Jazzy's phone or email. The food is so good, they put their kids' names on it. Lily, Jasmine, and Zion.
Thank you all for coming back with us. This is South Carolina Gets Lit, and we have been talking with A.Y. Davis about her book, Caring Characters of Love. She's been talking to us and telling us about the way she came up with the book, what the book is about, and so many other things. And she has given us a glimpse of what is inside the book as well. But we also have a guest with us, additional guest. His name is Nathan Danley, and he has a bit of useful information for those of us who are interested in buying this book and talking about what reactions to it will be. But before we talk with Nathan, I would like for you, Anita, to share with us your acknowledgments in the book, if you don't mind.
Thank you. I would like to acknowledge my mother, father, and grandmother first. I'm using first initials and last names. C. Davis, E. Davis, H. Amos, M. Whitfield, N. Danley, A. Robinson, S. Bloss, W. Bridges, L. Francois, V. Thompson, O. Davis, C. Foster, B. Foster, A. Foster, L. Wilkins, M. Sims, R. Sims, L. Sonora Hicks, H. Lewis, A. Smith, L. J. Thomas, precious children, parents, families, teachers, and friends.
Wow, that's a lot of acknowledgments. And thank you. I did not expect that. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
And I know children have had a huge impact on you doing this book. Children are a huge part of your life. I can tell it's in your mannerisms and everything. So, Mr. Nathan, we'll talk with you about some other stuff later. But we want to talk about when you received this book in the mail. Tell us what happened when your nephew saw it.
Well, they liked the cover. They picked out the characters, it really got their attention. Mm-hmm. They began looking through the pages and they picked out all 16 characters. I have a 7-year-old and a 5-year-old great nephew, and the 7-year-old can read.
Okay.
So we immediately began reading the book. It's not too difficult for kids to read. They picked out the characters. They loved the graphics and the pictures. It was very entertaining for them. They liked it. They really did.
That's nice. That's nice. So would you say this is the kind of book that kids will come back to again and again?
Yes. Yes. It has activities in it that will hold their attention. They will like this book.
Nice. Yes. And this was a 7 and a 5-year-old. So so they're the hardest ones to get their attention.
Yes, very much so.
So if you could do that with a book, that is an accomplishment in and of itself. So congratulations to you on that, Anita.
Thank you.
I can't wait until I get mine, because I want my 3-year-old grandson and my 11-year-old grandson to see the book. I've told both of them about it, but they can't really imagine it until they see the book. That's okay. They'll get to see it and we'll move on from there. I feel like this is the kind of book that everybody should just have, because you never know who is going to benefit from it. This is the kind of book that should be around the house, because unfortunately we have adults who don't read as well as they should or would like to. And because this book concentrates on reading and technology, this can be useful to them. You know, it can be the type of thing to help them to further develop in their reading and reading comprehension skills. And so I think this is the kind of thing that we should just have this book in our house. So mamas, grandmas, grandpas, uncles, aunts, cousins, nieces, nephews, if you know children or you know anybody, just buy the book. Just buy the book and have it around. Do you all agree? Or am I just running off at the mouth?
Definitely.
Yes, I agree. My book even helps me because a lot of those things I had forgotten.
Oh.
And when I put them all together, they were used in some of my lesson plans.
Okay.
And then other teachers have used them in their lesson plans as well. So it helps to supplement whatever subject you're teaching. If students finish early, you can have the book on hand at school so that they can work in their workbook. You can do all of the reading. You can skip the activities and come back to the activities. It's very versatile. You can pick out chapter by chapter, and it maintains this harmony throughout.
Okay. Okay, thank you for that. Thank you. Because I was going to ask you, is it possible that somebody could, you know, kids, well, not kids, people like me. I'm a big kid. But anyway, I never start at the beginning. You know, I might read the first chapter, then I'll skip and go to the back and then work my way back. So what you just described is possible to do, you know, flip around and go through different places and come back and stuff. That's a good thing to know. If someone wanted to work with you or get in contact with you, Anita, how would they be able to do that?
adavisbus1@gmail.com.
Okay.
And the second one is adaviscreations@yahoo.com.
Okay. All right. Is there a website that anyone can go to?
Purely Positive.
Okay, I'm laughing, people, for this reason. What she was saying, people, is she doesn't have a website yet, but you can go to my website, ppositivenetwork.com, and click on books to read, and you will see her book, Caring Characters of Love, featured there. You can click on it and go directly to where you need to purchase it at amazon.com. There you go.
And when you go to her beautiful site, you will also see LaRosa's books. She has a lot of books on there. And so I got 2 so far, and I'm getting ready to get the rest of them. And as authors, entrepreneurs, and lovers of children, we support each other. And it's a beautiful thing when we do that. And LaRosa and I have plans that we would like to do a movie of our characters.
We really would. So we are going to be working on that. You guys need to watch. Stay tuned. Keep up with us. You can follow Anita on Facebook. She is on LinkedIn. She is on Instagram too, I think, right?
Not yet.
Not yet, but she will. We're going to make sure that you can get in touch with her so that if you are interested in working with her, if you work in the school system and you're interested in having her come to speak, well, you know, we're going to use technology for that because pandemic and safe and all that stuff. But that is also something that is possible. So make sure you keep in touch with us. The email addresses have been shown. We'll run those again so that you can see them, and we'll go from there. I want to thank you, Nathan, so much for being with us today. Thank you for your testimony. That makes me so excited because that means my little 3-year-old grandson is going to love the book.
Yes, he will.
He's going to love the book. Yeah.
Thank you, Nathan.
You're welcome, Anita.
I appreciate you guys both being here. I want to thank the viewers for tuning in, and please continue to read and write. Thank you so much. Have a great day. Bye.